All right, I mentioned Lakers fans getting a little bit stressed out from what they saw from their newly minted extension superstar athlete, Luka Dončić, one of the best players out there. He's slimmed down. They were all excited getting him locked in.
How good he looks, man.
He does. I mean, he looks
great.
Ripped. He's got a nice little chisel. The body fat percentage is down. Yeah. The only problem is when he's playing in this EuroBasket exhibition game, he goes down in a heap, and I think he had left the game. It was a knee injury. I mean, this is a nightmare scenario if you're a Lakers fan.
Right.
Here's a little highlight of the play. He's going down. It's by the basket. You see him go down in a heap. I don't know what the announcers are saying because they're in another language, but it's nasty. Like somebody comes, rolls up his knee. It does not look good.
Yeah. Potential for it to be really bad.
Here is my question for you, Chris Mano.
What do you got?
Why on earth is he playing in the EuroBasket exhibition? Can I ask you that question?
Danny, my man, this is an easy one for me. Now, granted, I've only spent a couple of seconds in an NFL jersey, but I think, like I say this because, and it just happened as recently as this weekend, I watched the females play in the World Championship flag football.
Yeah.
And I see them with USA across the chest, dude, and I say all the time, man, if I had to make a choice, the 4 games that I have the NFL jersey on or USA across my chest, man, I'm telling you, call me a geek. I think I would probably wear the stars and bars, man. It means so much to me. Like, I kick around the idea of trying to make a run for it now because it's so important. And to these guys, and this has been for the longest time, like our superstars here, they had to be like coaxed into playing the last Olympics. But if you remember, for like 15 years before that, we couldn't get our best players to play. So it's a sense of country and national pride that they have in other countries that we don't have here. And I'm telling you, man, let me ask you, if the Olympics were a thing when you were, granted, obviously the NFL changed your life. It gave your family a future. But let's say you had a career like mine where you knew it was going to be a short-term thing, like how long can I be here? And I told you, bro, you can go win a gold medal with USA across your chest. Dude, you're a patriot. I know you.
I love our country. We live in the best country on the planet.
But that's why I think
this isn't track. This isn't track and field. This isn't swimming. It's because in those stages, those are the biggest stage for that sport. What is the biggest stage in the world for basketball? It's the NBA.
Okay.
What is the biggest stage in the world for football? It's the National Football League.
Hey,
you want to play, and I get you want to represent your country, but your country's not paying you $165 million over the next 3 years.
But that goes back to what we were just talking about, right? Different priorities in different parts of the world, man. To the kids in Dagestan, the biggest thing is winning a medal as a Russian. To someone like me, you and me over here, maybe it's a $160 million contract. To a kid from Slovenia like Luka, who goes home and he's a god. I don't know, man. I don't know. Different priorities in different places, but again, yeah, I totally.
All right, so here's my pushback, not necessarily to you, but to every NBA player. What is the constant theme we've heard over the past 15 years? The more that we've got more medical information at our disposal, it's the 82-game schedule.
Totally.
We can't play 82 games, and we need time off. And you see players taking off 10 to 15 games a year.
Embarrassing.
If you want to tell me about load management, how about you rest in the offseason and you don't play for your team in an exhibition game? And I don't even know if Luka's complained about that. I do think that's more of an American player thing, that they've complained more, even though MJ played almost 81 or 82 every single year. Do not ever complain about load management if you're going to play over there in Europe and you're going to play extra in the offseason. Same thing. You know what else I see go viral all the time? I see him playing at whatever gym it is in Manhattan, these pickup games that go viral.
Sky Club,
The Lifetime Sky Club. I see all these videos go viral, and they're playing full speed. They're going up and down the court. Don't tell me about load management because that is your job. And if you have every right to do that. If you want to do that, by all means, go ahead. But don't take off from your job to go play for fun in the offseason and expect that there's going to be no repercussions from it.
All right, so Danny Cannell, national media personality. If Luka Dončić comes out for the Lakers and he's 15 pounds heavier, and his first 15 games, he looks like he's rounding back into shape because he didn't take the preseason seriously, and he's getting 18 a game instead of the 27 that you're accustomed to, do you not get on him and say, what the frick was Luka doing in the offseason?
Yeah, but you're supposed to train. You're supposed to get yourself ready to play.
Can you simulate an NBA action in a Lifetime Sky or in a LA Fitness or something like that?
No, you cannot replicate it.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I see it from both sides.
Like, this is a game, this EuroBasket. Like, we don't even see NFL players playing the preseason of their own sport. Same with the NBA. They play very sparingly. So he's going to go over these international competitions and light it up. Giannis also made some headlines. I don't know if we have the highlight of him slapping some dude upside the head, but we do have a little Nikola Jokic,
right?
Another NBA great. And this goes about where your priorities are,
yes,
right?
It does.
Because it is clear as day. He is more passionate about his horses and his horse racing team than he is about the NBA titles that he's won. We got a little clip. Harness racing.
Incredible. There
he is bawling.
Yeah, my man is emotional right now.
He's bawling. I mean, this is like a lifetime achievement. He's like sobbing. He jumps over to go give the hug. I mean,
we're talking like boogers down the face, tears down his Yes.
Wow. I mean, sobbing. This is kind of similar to when MJ won the title without his dad, and he's in a heap and he can't even breathe.
Oh man, look at
He's going nuts.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
if you watched him when he won the title with the Nuggets, it was like, when's my flight home?
Yes.
Even in the locker room, he didn't celebrate this much with his own teammates.
I actually remember that they were killing Jokic, because he's on record saying like, oh, I can't wait to he won. So let's say he won the title on a Thursday. He was already booked for a flight on Friday, forgetting that they have like a parade. And he goes, no, I'm not staying 2 more days. I'm not staying 3 more days. I'm going home. Like, this to Joker meant very, very little, that NBA championship. But look, we all know, and you and I have spoken about this before, you know guys who it just comes easy to. It's not the most important thing to them. Do you know? I'm sure you could think of one off the top of your head that everybody's familiar with, that you're like, wow, he is so blessed and so naturally gifted at this. Why doesn't it mean more to him? I think immediately, and I could be wrong because I don't know him personally, I think of Ricky Williams, a guy who I thought was just so otherworldly good, best running back on the planet, and he was just like, weed's awesome, man.
Yeah.
It's more important to me than millions and just 5 more years. All you had to do was push it off. But I don't know him personally, but who can you think of?
I mean, I'll give you one right now that's
ahead.
playing. Aaron Rodgers. He's been clear that life is more than the Super Bowls. It's more than the $50 or $60 million, whatever he's making. It's about connecting with your inner being. I mean, he's on a search right now to find himself, which I can appreciate. But I would say overall, I think people would be astounded at how many NFL players view it as a job.
That's it.
As opposed to a passion, and 100%. They have to win the Super Bowl. I think the rare breeds are the guys that truly are great. Guys like Tom Brady, guys like Peyton Manning.
Right. Intrinsically motivated.
Intrinsically motivated, no matter how much money you make, no matter how many accolades, no matter how much fame, you're on to the next one. You don't want to win one Super Bowl. You want to win multiple Super Bowls. I would put the number 70 to 80% of NFL players.
Yeah.
It's a job.
And then you hear,
and if you lose, my paycheck is coming in. I want to play, I want to keep playing, but I just want to make sure I get that paycheck. And the minute that they would not play for free. Jokic, he's going to do that for free.
Yeah.
He's going to be out there helping his horse racing team for free. I don't know if he's doing that in the NBA.
Well, that's what I was going to say, right? All the people in regular life, the average Joes who say, get back out there. You don't love it enough. It's like when guys hold out. When guys hold out for a new contract, the guys at home say, dude, you're making $25 million a year. How on earth can you be holding out when one of their counterparts that they think they're as good as is making 40? You say, I don't understand this. I would play for nothing if you let me put the pads on. So yeah, it's an interesting topic, but I always thought that's a lot higher than I had imagined. Even my short time there, I mean, that's a high one. But like I said, you're totally right about it's the Kobes, it's the Mikes, it's the Bradys, it's the Tigers who have achieved everything you can possibly achieve and still get up with that same fire, still beat guys to the gym, still take that off-season.
Here's how I came up with that number, because I'm trying to put myself back, and it's been a long time.
That's 8 out of 10 players, man.
I know. You can tell how much somebody cares after a loss.
Agreed. That's a great point.
And the amount
Phenomenal
of players, and this is the difference for me in college and the NFL.
Right.
When we lost a game in college at Florida State, granted, we didn't lose very many games. It was a morgue in the locker room. It was deathly silent. And the week kind of had this cloud over it where everybody was kind of had to get in a good mood to kind of bring the energy back. Mm-hmm. The amount of guys after a loss in the NFL locker room, like, all right, where are we going tonight?
100%. You know what?
Where are we
That's
going?
a phenomenal
And
point.
that to me is where I kind of get that number, which probably is high. It's not to say that they don't care at all. Like, they're trying on the field, but it's still a job. I still punched in. It might not have been a great day at work, but it was still an okay day. And it's not like it was the worst day ever if you lost. Where a lot like those guys, the greats, that was the worst day ever if they lost.
You're going to probably notice a theme on here. I totally respect him as an athlete. He's better than I could ever dream of being. He's absolutely phenomenal. He's in the top %, and that's LeBron, though. And I think I'm going to get on him a lot on here because, unfortunately, I'm sorry, I'm not.
You're a hater.
I'm a hater.
It's all good.
I'm a hater. But I remember, do you remember when they asked LeBron, like when he just got ousted from the finals, and he basically said, like, well, at the end of the day, tomorrow, I'm still going to be rich and you're still going to be poor. And I was like, oh,
that was so out of touch.
Brutal answer, dude.
But it's the truth. You get the real version of what he really thinks.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, but honestly, man, I didn't even think about that like pre-show when we were talking. That's a phenomenal point. And do you think anything like about the culture again today where guys have to make appearances and guys are getting back to they still get, if they made 2 or 3 great plays, they get back to their locker and they see it on Twitter. Odell Beckham made a crazy one-handed catch. He's got 500 texts telling him how wonderful he is. I'm sure that's a big part of why also it's hard to be so down when you're getting so much praise heaped on you either way, right?
Like anything in our society, so much is about the individual and not about the team. Whether the team is a Super Bowl team, trying to compete, whether it's a team at work, a company that you work for, whether it's a, whatever environment you're in, too many people are just out for their own back. Mm-hmm. And that's human nature to do that. And I think a lot of our society kind of preaches that now. You got to look out for you first, which it is harsh and it's a reality. And sometimes you do.
Right.
But the guys that kind of embrace the team aspect of it, that are willing to look at it and say, man, I want to go all in because I want to make this team great. Those are the ones that are special.
How many of those can you think of? I think Brady was always like that.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Brady was
Peyton
always
Manning,
spending a lot of time with the guys.
There was a guy I played with, Rod Smith, was a wide receiver for the Broncos.
Stud.
He was an undrafted free agent.
Yep.
He was one of the fiercest competitors I ever played with.
Okay.
He loved it, and he hated to lose.
Yeah.
He hated to lose.
And he turned into like a borderline Hall of Fame player, too.
Yeah, he was phenomenal. And John Lynch, another one, a guy I played with in Denver as well, another teammate, hated to lose.
Okay.
That's the way I would judge a guy, like how much do you really care? How much do you hate to lose?
And growing up,
because everybody loves winning. You get a lot of attention,
That's a big question they ask a lot of people. Like, what do you hate? Do you love winning more or do you hate losing more? And I think that's a telling question. You hear a lot of people say.
I try to teach my kids because they'll get upset. They'll say, I played bad. I'm like, did your team win? And if they won and they're upset, I'm like, why are you upset? Your team won. Like, that's the ultimate goal, is that the team won. I get you want to do better,
right? But
enjoy the team's success. Sure. And then sometimes on the flip side, oh, you might have played pretty good, but your team lost. Why are you happy?
Yeah.
Your team lost.
Yeah, I understand both sides. There's a guy who gets a lot of heat that I spent a little time around was Cam. Obviously, Cam Newton. He's got one of the best quotes. I'm sure it's not one of his quotes, but he said, show me a good loser and I'll show you a loser.
Yep.
And I love that quote because I'm the same way, man. I mean, let's be real. Again, you said it, it's human nature. If I go off for 3 touchdowns and 150, I feel great about myself. It makes it a lot harder to be as pissed. But yeah, man, you could tell a lot from that bus ride or that plane ride and how happy people are by the time we get back to the locker room. That's a great point.